All right, welcome back for another Maeve Yoga evening set. So, different setting this evening. This is my actual bedroom. And what we're going to focus on this evening is to get some actual stretches in, to do in bed, to kind of unwind from the day and just allow ourselves to settle in. Now, you will see some cats joining me, so I will have some castmates this evening, but you know, that just makes it all the more fun, right? And makes it a little more realistic on how it might go when you're in your own bed if you have furry pets to keep you company. So let's go ahead and get started. How we're going to go ahead and start this evening is just first finding a nice comfortable seat, like how we did in the previous video where we focused on our breath. Now here, I'm not supporting myself with a pillow this time. I'm just finding a comfortable seat because we won't be here too long. But we want to allow our shoulders to relax, our eyes to close. And we'll take a nice deep breath in and let it out. Again, another nice deep breath in and out. One more together. Wonderful. All right. Starting with just some neck stretches. One thing I like to do is allow your left ear to dip down toward the left shoulder and take that left hand, placing it on the opposite side of the head, applying a slight amount of pressure to get a stretch along the right side of the neck. With each exhale, allow yourself to relax into this. And then when you're ready to release, you'll come back center, take a breath here. And switching sides, now allowing your right ear to dip down toward the right shoulder. Take that right hand, place it on the head to apply a slight amount of pressure and feel that stretch along the left side of the neck. Continuing to breathe here. Wonderful. When you're ready, you can gently release, returning to center. Now to get a stretch along the back of the neck. And one thing I really like about this is depending on how tight your shoulders and into your back are, that'll kind of change how the stretch feels, especially with how flexible you are as well. So one thing I like to do is lace my fingers together, bring them behind my head, and on the exhale, you're going to bring the chin down, keeping that back straight, relaxing the arms, and breathe into this. Again, with each exhale, allow yourself to relax further. And then when you're ready with an inhale and exhale, you can release, returning center. Take a breath here. Wonderful. All right, now to stretch the front of the throat. So we don't necessarily need to use our hands here, but one thing I like to do, and I'm going to turn sideways for this, so that way you get more of an angle on how the neck is positioned. So I'll bring my hair to the side. We're essentially going to lift the chin, drawing a line with the nose all the way up to the ceiling, stretching the front of the throat. Now you want to be careful that you're not just throwing yourself back, you're not slouching into it, but you're creating length and allowing a stretch to happen here. Breathing into it. Wonderful. With your next exhale, you can return to center. And just take a moment, notice what sensations you feel in the neck, maybe in the shoulders. As you can see, my ever-growing collection of cats is making itself known. This is Pumpkin, and this is Chandler, like Chandler Bing from Friends. So, all right. Wonderful. Next, we're going to be moving into some more dynamic stretches. Now, a note I'd like to make is with dynamic stretching, you want to be careful not to create too much energy in the body, especially right before bed. So with this, we want to definitely keep it nice and gentle and smooth, and maybe even holding each position for a couple breaths before then switching. So we're going to be moving through our cat-cows. So I'm going to meet you in an all-fours position. So once you're here in an all-fours position, you want to feel how your hands press into the bed, and you want to be lifted here in the heart. So if you feel like in this position, you're kind of dropping down between your shoulders and sagging the chest, you want to kind of do a push-up and push away from the floor, away from the bed, creating a nice flat back. Legs can be about hip width apart, and then toes can be tucked or pointed. It might just depend on what's comfortable in your bed, how squishy it is, or if you're on the floor. And then when you're ready to move through these cat-cows, we're going to inhale here, neutral spine. And on the exhale, you're going to round the back, tuck the chin, and press the floor away. Inhale, tilt the hips forward, stretching through the front of the body, lifting the gaze. Wonderful. 2 more sets of that, moving nice and slow with your breath, 1 vertebrae at a time. One more. Wonderful. After that last set, return to a neutral spine tabletop position. Wonderful. All right, next we're going to be sitting this back into a child's pose. So depending on how you're comfortable, you can do knees together, or you can do knees a little bit wider or really wide to create space for the belly and the torso to come down to the bed between your legs. So when you're ready, send those hips back, lowering the torso and head down, extending the arms straight out in front. But if this is uncomfortable, you can always bring the hands beneath the head, or you can reach the arms back. Whatever feels most comfortable in your body. Continue to breathe here. With each inhale, fill the belly with air like it's a balloon to really stretch that lower back. And on the exhale, let it all out. One more nice deep breath in and out. Next, we're going to be adding a side stretch to this. So with the arms extended, you're going to walk them to the left side with an exhale and then lower down. Take 3 deep breaths here. After that last full breath, you'll inhale back through center, and then exhale for the other side, walking your hands to the right. Exhale here. And 3 deep breaths. Wonderful. We'll inhale back up through center. And exhale here. When you're ready, with an inhale, walk your hands up the bed towards your knees to sit up nice and tall in a wide kneed or closed kneed hero pose. And take a nice deep breath here. Perfect. All right, you can stay in a hero position with your knees close or wide if it's not uncomfortable to be on your heels. If this is uncomfortable, then I would recommend either taking a pillow and placing it beneath you, or even just changing positions. No one says you have to stay in one spot. So you can do more of an easy cross-legged seat. Or also, if you're like me and you have your bed against a wall, you can even move closer to the wall. That way your back has a place to lean. We're just going to take a couple deep breaths here in and out. One more in and out. Perfect. Now we are going to do some twists. So if you did move against a wall, you just want to move a little bit away just so that you have room for the body to move. We want to sit up nice and tall, and then to move in the twist, when you're ready, we're going to inhale for the arms to come up overhead. And then on the exhale, you're going to rotate toward the left with that right hand coming down toward the left knee or the thigh, left hand coming behind, providing support as you twist. Now you don't need to crank it super far. We didn't do a ton of warm up for this. But just breathe here and maybe turn the gaze over the left shoulder. Wonderful. When you're ready, with an inhale, you'll come out, reaching nice and tall. Exhale, arms come down. Take a breath here. When you're ready to switch sides, we'll inhale up. Exhale to the right. Breathing here, turning the gaze over the right shoulder. Wonderful. With an inhale, you'll unravel, reaching nice and tall. Exhale for those arms to come down. And then finally, we're going to move into a reclined position. So for this reclined position, you do have a few options. For instance, if you have a lot of pillows like me, you might decide to create more of a nest for yourself so that way you have lots of support. Or you might choose to just lie flat on the bed without anything beneath your head or beneath your knees. And then one final option too is, because I do have this handy wall here, you could always do a reclined legs upright with your feet resting on the wall. So that way your core isn't doing the work to keep your legs up, but you're still able to kind of get that benefit of the legs elevated and that blood to easily flow back down to your heart. So whichever position you'd like to choose, I will do a couple demonstrations. I will start with the legs up the wall. So for instance, if you do choose that, you want to bring your bottom as close to the wall as you can. Stretch your legs up the wall, placing the heels there, and then breathe. If you like this position, you can stay here. Another option, if that's not comfortable, or if it's not accessible, if you don't have a wall nearby, is to instead lay in the center of your bed with the knees bent, Arms out, constructive rest. Or you can even stretch those legs out to a full corpse pose. And then the final option is to create that nest with the pillows. So for instance, you might put a couple beneath your head, a couple beneath your knees to kind of create almost a boat shape for your body to relax. And if that's not comfortable or accessible, then just find any other comfortable position, whether that be on your side and fetal, or even on your belly and reverse corpse. Wonderful. Once you're in a comfortable position, I invite you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose and let it out. Again, another nice deep breath in and out. One more together. Wonderful. All right. As you continue to breathe, you can breathe nice and deep like how we did together. Or you can return to a more natural breath. We'll do a little scan through the body. So starting with your attention at the crown of your head, allow it to wash down the face, down the neck, over your shoulders, through the chest and upper back, all the way down the spine, through the belly, settling into your hips, scanning down your arms and your legs, into your hands and feet, to the tips of your fingers and toes. As you breathe, imagine that you're filling every molecule, every particle of your body with breath and with life. And on the exhale, let it out. Get another nice deep breath in and out. One more together. Wonderful. As you continue to breathe, allow yourself to just drift away, allowing your thoughts to come and go. As you focus on the body and the breath, I'd like to thank you for sharing your evening practice with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest, and I look forward to the next time.